Really do appreciate all these questions. These are great questions. Okay. I previously applied to a large firm and got several interviews. Okay. That's good. They told me they were impressed with my candidacy, but seemed hesitant about the fact that I was switching firms after a few months. Was if maybe it got back to your current firm? Probably not. It could have. So you have to think about that. Then the other thing is, I would say, is it's probably not a good idea to go back to that firm and ask for a position. You have to, every interview, you need every firm and plus interview, you need to appear chased and not chasing. So what does that mean? You need to appear like you have options and like they're lucky to get you. This is a deal. This is a good price. You have a better experience. They're getting the best thing. So if you go onto a dating site and the person says, hey, I'm really desperate, please message me if you're interested. I'm having a really hard time meeting people. Maybe my background is not what people like. I don't know, but people don't do that when they're trying to meet people of the opposite sex. People are the same sex, if they're whoever they're dating. People don't do that when they're trying to make friends. Like, people don't appear desperate. So it's important to you to make sure that you appear strong, the employer, and that you have more to offer than they have to give, and then they feel like they're getting a good deal. I wouldn't circle back to them. If your job didn't work out, it can be based in the practice area, whatever. But there's a final thing that I would like to say about this particular thing, and it's about relationship. Sometimes if you're able to form a relationship with anybody that you're interviewing with, not like a personal relationship, but one where you're staying in touch and maybe they're asking how you're doing or something, and that's always more useful than not having a relationship. So if you can figure out how to do that, a lot of times it's going to help you tremendously with this sort of thing. Is it possible that they were concerned about that? They might have been, but another thing to understand is if they were that concerned, they never would have brought you in for an interview. It sounds like you have some sort of marketable skills that could be good, but I don't know. If I was you, would I go back to them? I think if you go back to them and you tell them you lost your job, I think there's no way that's going to work out. So I would be very careful about that. And maybe after you get a few years experience in another place, then you will go back to them. And I personally think that you won't have a hard time getting a job because that firm would not have interviewed you if they thought you must have something that's quite marketable. But yeah, they're not going to, firms, by the way, they don't reject people because they say, oh, the experience isn't a fit. They don't reject people because, oh, whatever. Someone brings you in for an interview, most of the time they really want to hire you based on your experience. It's theirs to lose. And when they give reasons like that, it's a lot of times not something you should take that seriously. You should worry that it's true. It's usually some other reason.